Also from Strathclyde University in the United Kingdom comes a study looking at how light stimulation can fight off the onset of dementia. We have a lot of people suffering from dementia and a lot more going to be suffering. Researchers are exploring how to enhance brain activity through light stimulation in the hope of advancing new strategies to prevent Alzheimer's. The study is investigating new ways in which buildup of a protein I talk about all the time, which is toxic to the brain, known as beta amyloid, AMYLOID, could be halted with the use of light stimulation in areas of the brain which are particularly vulnerable to Alzheimer's. Scientists at the university are in a 14-month study which can lead to new preventative strategies for Alzheimer's. And by the way, a lot of people are doing nothing, thinking there's nothing you can do. There's a lot you can do. If you want to stimulate a healthy neuron activity in the brain, you can use light. And these therapies are available now. I know some of the people who are researching it. They're coming up with some very positive outcomes. And it can enhance fast brain waves, which are impaired in people with Alzheimer's. And also you can enhance brain waves that can reduce buildup of the toxic protein. But you've got to turn off inflammation, and that you can do with what you drink and with what you eat. You can really turn it down. Quercetin turns it down. It's just one example. Also, from the Walter and Elisa Hall Institute of Medical Research comes a study about changing your diet to help reduce pregnancy complications in women with type 1 diabetes. Here's where a clear change in your gut microbiome during pregnancy could contribute to complications in both the mother and the baby if you continue eating an unhealthy diet, taking in the colas and the sugar, the junk. But it also reverses. You want to turn off intestinal inflammation. You want to get rid of the itises, ileitis, colitis, etc. And you do that by having foods or beverages that are anti-inflammatory, like your green vegetables, anti-inflammatory, your red fruits, anti-inflammatory, your juices, like celery and cucumber with lemon, anti-inflammatory. So there are things you can do, and that can really help you if you have type 1 diabetes. Also, from the latest issue of Medicine in Science and Sports and Exercise, Americans need at least 5 hours per week of physical activity to prevent some cancers. That's the latest study. And they looked at 32,000 women and 14,000 men to come up with this. And people are just not physically active, and especially in the South. They pointed out Kentucky, West Virginia, Louisiana, Tennessee, and Mississippi, they have the lowest proportions of people who don't exercise. Whereas in Utah, Montana, Wyoming, Washington, and Wisconsin, they have the most exercises. And this definitely leads to less types of cancer: breast cancer, endometrial cancer, colon cancer, stomach cancer, kidney cancer, esophageal cancer, adenocarcinoma, and urinary bladder cancer. So you can make a big difference by exercising every day. And also from the University of Eastern Finland comes a study. By increasing your whole grains, you can significantly reduce the economic impact of type 2 diabetes. This is published in peer-reviewed Nutrients. And how many times have I told, well, Gary, I can't eat healthy because it's too expensive. Just the opposite is true. A healthy vegan plant-based diet is 30% or less expensive than the average American diet. If you doubt me, look at a pound of lentils and then a pound of beef. Now, by dry weight, you're going to get about the same amount of protein, but look at the cost, and then look which has fiber, the lentils, no fiber, the meat. Arachidonic acid, which is highly inflammatory, the meat, no arachidonic acid, the lentils, which provide you, and then you can go through this. So we've just got to get out of our mindset that we're going to be dependent upon something and start to really make changes. Also, mulberries are delicious. I'm sure many people in this audience grew up with a mulberry bush. And it's actually a tree. and you start to see the little purple ones, and then they get bigger, and they can get 2 or 3 inches long if you fertilize the trees. And they're very healthy, extremely tasty. According to the Chinese Academy of Science, mulberry extract activates the brown fat, shows promise for obesity treatment. So get the extract because it's rich in what? Mulberries have rutin, R-U-T-I-N, and that can activate the BAT in our bodies to increase metabolism and facilitate weight loss. So it's not difficult to get yourself some frozen mulberries, dried mulberries. They last almost forever. I got a big 3-pound bag, and I use some every day in a smoothie, so you can get it in there. That's the latest on health and healing. We're almost 20 minutes into our program. We're going to take a break.